Assalamualaikum to Madam Ratna. Today our group will present about the Wadi'ah. My group member is Muhammad Zahra Izzat bin Zerul Nizam 01 DKB 21F02008, and Muhammad Shahrizal bin Zulkifli is me 01 DKB 21F2015, and Subayani binti Ahmad Suhaimi 01 DKB 21F1024. Al-Wadi'ah is mean amanat. It's like a bellman. In Wadi'ah principle, in the bank receive the deposit like amanat, and the depositor authorize the bank to use the deposit in Sharia plan moods at the risk of bank. The bank is liable to return the deposit to depositor on demand. Usually, profit is not allowed against the Al-Wadi'ah deposit. Next is the operation of Al-Wadi'ah. Current account is primarily guided by the aforesaid principle of Al-Wadi'ah, which in Islamic banking means the bank as a trustee, unlike a borrower in case of conventional current account, would receive money from the client for safe custody with the condition to return the money on demand by the client, either through check or by any other acceptable means, with prior permission from him or her, to the effect that the bank can use money at its risk. At present, no profit shall be allowed on a Wadi'ah current account balance. The bank at its own discretion use the fund obtaining explicit consent from the depositor through acceptance of account opening rules to use their fund in amalgamation with bank other fund at its own risk. Therefore, the account holder bear no risk arising from use of their fund. The bank will, however, enjoy the discretion to realize charge from the client for safekeeping the money or for any other special service if rendered. We choose the public bank and Muamalat bank for our Wadi'ah Islamic banking concept. For the public bank, the product is account sepanan Wadi'ah, and Muamalat bank is Al-Wadi'ah Saving I.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Subayani binti Ahmad Suhaimi. My number is 01 DKB 21F1024. Today I will talk about public Islamic bank and Muamalat bank in terms of their saving accounts, fee and charge, and terms and conditions. Account simpanan Wadi'ah. It refers to transaction between depositor and custodian to store goods or money. The bank may accept and continue the account according to the Sharia principle and must comply with the rules and regulations according to the depositor Wadi'ah concept. The bank guarantees that the goods or money are stored securely and will return to the depositor according to the bank procedure. Next is fee and charge. For each opening card, it is free, while for the annual card fee, we pay up to 8 ringgit Malaysia per person. And if we make a replacement card, we have to pay up to 12 ringgit Malaysia per each. Lastly, for the terms and conditions, the interest rate will be according to the bank account offer. In conclusion, each bank account has a different interest rate than for the payment network. When using a debit card, the payment is routed through the PayNet network. Next, I will talk about Bank Muamalat Saving Account I. This saving account based on Islamic contract of Wadi'ah. Al-Wadi'ah refers to a contract by which an asset is placed with another party for safekeeping. The depositor grants the bank their permission to utilize the money for whatever purpose permitted by Sharia. The bank in return guarantee the value of deposit, thus creating a wadiah concept. Then, for each opening card, it is free, while for the annual card fee, we have to pay 8.48 ringgit Malaysia per person. And if we want to make a replacement card, we have to pay 8 ringgit per chain. Different from public bank, as Muamalat Bank charges a service fee and we pay up 5 ringgit Malaysia for each service performed. Lastly, to ensure that the account can still be used in the long term, we must maintain a minimum balance of 10 ringgit Malaysia in the account. This is to prevent the saving account from being closed by the bank.
Next is the problem and issue of arises. First one is loss or misappropriation of deposit asset. One of the potential problem with Al-Wadi'ah is the risk of loss or misappropriation of the deposit asset. Despite the trust placed in the Wadi'ah, there is always a possibility of theft, fraud or negligence leading to the loss of the interested property. If such incident occur, it can create dispute between the muwadi and the wadi, and the muwadi may suffer financial losses. Maintaining a robust system of check and balance, security measure and accountability mechanism is crucial to mitigate this risk. Number 2 is a lack of return or inflation risk. Another issue that may arise from Al-Wadi'ah is the absence of return or the impact of inflation on the deposit asset. Unlike some other Islamic financial contract, Al-Wadi'ah does not include any profit sharing mechanism. Consequently, the muadi does not earn any explicit return or the deposited fund or asset. Over time, the value of the asset may erode due to inflation, resulting in a decrease in purchasing power. This can be a concern for individuals seeking to preserve and grow their wealth. To address this issue, alternative Islamic financial contracts such as profit sharing arrangement like mudarabah or investment-based contract like musyarakah may be more suitable for individuals seeking investment opportunity with potential return.
Public Islamic Bank being a subsidiary of public bank, it offers Al-Wadi'ah based on a base product under the Islamic banking framework. While specific details of their Al-Wadi'ah product may vary, it generally functions on the same principles. Customers can deposit their funds with the bank, and the guarantees of the safekeeping and return of the funds upon demand. Public Islamic bank like Bank Muamalat, it does not provide specific returns or profit on the deposits. Bank Muamalat offers the Al-Wadi'ah account as a primary deposit product. The account operates on the principle of safekeeping, where customers entrust their funds to the bank for secure storage. Bank Muamalat acts as a custodian and is responsible for preserving the integrity of the deposit funds. Customers can access their fund at any time and withdraw the entire amount or a portion of it upon demand. And Bank Muamalat does not provide specific returns or profits on the deposit funds. So for comparison fee, there is comparison fee between Bank Muamalat and Public Bank Islamic. For opening fee for both bank is free. For card annual in Public Bank Islamic is 8 ringgit and in Bank Muamalat is 8 ringgit 48 cents. For the card replacement, fee amount for the public bank is 12 ringgit and for the Bank Muamalat is 8 ringgit. And Bank Muamalat have a service charge which is 5 ringgit. So for considering both the annual card costs and card replacement fees, Bank Muamalat appears to be the better choice. It offers a slightly higher annual card cost, but compensates for it with significantly lower card replacement fees. It's important to note that these factors alone might not be sufficient to determine the best bank, as there are other aspects to consider such as customer service, accessibility, and specific banking needs.